Hello, and I've been doing this for a decade. Whoops, happy 10 years, everybody. We made it. So first things first, 10 years. Cardboard Lawyer made it to 10 years only to die a horrible, horrible death and be reborn as a beautifully average phoenix in this case. So channel name has changed. Cardboard Lawyer no longer around. It's now Zachariah. Hooray, Zachariah. That's the new one. The new channel name, Zachariah. Yay. So this is just going to be a 10-year update where we're going to knock out all the important stuff out of the park. But that being said, I've been doing this for 10 years, and I kind of wanted to reminisce a little bit. Do a little back patting, pat myself on the back a little bit, think about the old times, the not good old days, and maybe present neat facts. I don't know. They're the kinds of things that when creators I like talk about, I think are interesting, but I don't know if anyone else would care. So that's why that stuff's getting split into a separate video, because it's going to be long and unwatchable. So if you guys care, there's a link in the description, maybe on the video itself. I don't know if I have the ability to link videos like that anymore. YouTube took away annotations at some point, and I don't know all the new features because I don't really care all that much. But at least in the description, there's a link to an unlisted video of an expanded version of this where I reminisce and pat myself on the back a little bit or whatever. But here is the important business we need to get to. So the important business we'll be getting down to is discussing the missteps and problems with this channel, and then your general updatey, what's to come stuff. But the problems are the important one, because there are a lot of problems with this channel. So I've been doing this for 10 years, and there's a lot of old content, and a lot of it has uses of derogatory terms, lots of hateful, careless language, just a lot of just real ignorant stuff that I just absolutely do not agree with anymore. And it's upsetting to me. That's like, oh man, I used to think this is okay, but I used to be more ignorant than I currently am, which I know is a surprise. I'm pretty damn ignorant as is, but it turns out I used to be at the bottom, and now I'm slightly above the bottom, which I probably, to make what I was saying earlier, because I would have phrased that in the opposite way, where it's like, I may be near the bottom now, but I used to be low, but that's not the point. The point is there's just a lot of bad stuff that I super don't agree with anymore. And I kind of just want to delete all of it and be done with it, wipe my hands, and move on, but I'm not going to do that. What I'm instead going to do is I'm going to go through my backlog of videos. I'm going to punish myself and watch through all my old videos, because I'm not my biggest fan. If you've listened to me in any capacity, I'm a pretty big critic of myself. But I'm going to watch through all of my backlog of videos, and I'm going to add content warnings to a lot of them, because it's just, like I said, a lot of just ignorant junk that I super don't agree with. And I don't want to leave that stuff up as is, where it's just like, somebody could watch one of these and it could be the first thing they've seen from me and just think, oh, this guy says stuff like this. Okay. I want to make it very damn well clear that I don't agree with this stuff. Part of it is, a marker of growth, the conceited ass, like, I'm a better person now. But also, the part of it being like, I don't want to leave the stuff out there as is, and maybe someone will watch it and, it'll upset them in any way and harm them. Like, I don't want my content to do that. I don't want it just, something I uploaded literally in high school to, upset someone in any way. And that's probably, once again, a little, condescending of me to be like, oh, I was in high school, because I'm sure, not all high schoolers are big dumbasses like I was. Looking at the internet now, there are a lot of really, really smart kids who were way smarter than I was at that age. And I just don't want to leave those things up as is, and make people think it's okay. Obviously I used to be more ignorant than I currently am. And at some point, something happened and made me realize, oh, this isn't okay. And, it probably wasn't just any one given thing. Like, there's one thing I can always think of, and I remember, and this is about to be a huge display of privilege, but listening to a Retsu Prey podcast several years ago, when Slow Beef said something along the lines of like, oh yeah, I used to say like these, derogatory terms, but then I realized they weren't okay and I stopped saying them. And that's one thing I can recall, like, making me think, oh yeah, I shouldn't be saying things like this. This is hateful language, and it's bad, and I shouldn't be saying things like that. Obviously that's a display of privilege, but it took funny internet man slow beef to make me go, oh yes, saying derogatory terms is bad. But it probably wasn't just one given thing. It was probably a process of learning and etc. etc. So if just something as little as a little warning on a video could make somebody who was in a position similar to I was, if they see that and go, oh yes, this isn't right, maybe it'll help. And like I said, I kind of want to delete all the old stuff, but I'm not going to, because for the reasons I just listed. And that isn't to say if you have a backlog of content in any means that you don't agree with, that you can't just go and delete it all if it makes you uncomfortable or whatever. This is just what I'm deciding to do. Like I said, I'd love to delete it, but I partially can't nuke the internet of my content because someone went and re-uploaded all of Phoenix Wright, so I've had to wrestle with my demons, you son of a bitch. How dare you make me wrestle with my demons? But no one's re-uploaded any of Welcome to the NHK Abridged, so you can say goodbye to that. No, I'm like I said, I'm content warnings. I'm not going to delete anything. The videos that have already been deleted are gone. And whatever. Things that are on the channel are going to stay, and I'm going to learn my lesson from them. So there's that. Hopefully I articulated my points decently. I didn't want this to be super long. Also because I don't know how to articulate my points all that much better than what I currently have. I'm not a super like articulate person. If you've watched me in any capacity, you know that. So I hope I've made my points decently enough. Because I think that's all I got for the segment in my notes. I've labeled yikes. But now we're moving on to the section labeled the future, and I just kind of want to knock these out. So in the previous update video I did earlier this year, I mentioned like, hey, don't hold your breath for parodies. They probably won't happen. But as you saw with the finale, they just kind of happen. And once again, don't hold your breath. It's not like I'm gonna just return to the One Piece parodies that I was making and just keep doing that. If I get the itch, it happens. That's just kind of how it goes. There's no parody series I'm willing to commit to at this time. But that's not to say that they don't happen, because they just happen. Let's Plays, those are going to continue until further notice. You will know way in advance if Let's Plays are stopping, and honestly, if Let's Plays are stopping, the channel's probably going to be grinding to a halt until it's just like, random just stuff that's like, I felt like making this, so here it is. But yes, Let's Plays are going to continue happening. Ukulele's been on break because of some recording issues. It'll be back eventually, I promise. At this point, a couple episodes of Hitman have been back. So that's going to keep going. In my previous update, I mentioned I was thinking about doing Drill Dozer and Yakuza. Drill Dozer, not going to happen. I recorded the first episode, wasn't feeling it, felt like I was phoning it in a little bit, and so I was just, whatever, not going to do that one. Not to say it's a bad game or anything, the game seems fine. And Yakuza, when I said I was thinking about doing Yakuza, I didn't realize it wasn't on PC, and then I was like, oh, it's not on PC, I'll just play it on my PS4, and then I played a bit of it, and now it's on PC, but I having played a little bit of it, I don't think it's the kind of game I would want to Let's Play. It just seems like I'll just kind of play it as, just do a cash playthrough and kind of work my way through it. So I kind of don't want to announce future blind stuff, because they just kind of happen on a whim. So I don't want to, have to keep going back on my word and be like, no, this isn't happening, this isn't happening. But I will say, I am going to do Symphony of the Night, because I've wanted to play that game for years, and it seems like a good spooky month game. So I'm going to commit to that one. Redoing old Let's Plays, I don't know if it'll happen. I was thinking about doing Majora's Mask at one point, but I wanted to do a 3-day run. But then I found Frothy Pog's Majora's Mask 3-day run Let's Play, and it's a super good Let's Play. It's really funny. So I was like, I don't want to do that. So then I thought about doing Majora's Mask 3D as a 3-day run, but based on how the game's made, I don't think it's possible, because they changed how the Song of Inverted Time works. So instead of giving you 3 times the length of time you would have, it gives you double, I think. I think that's how it works out. Those numbers might not be right. But it just, with the length of time you have, and the bottleneck of getting Epona, because you need to get Epona to get into Kana Canyon and Great Bay, I just was not able to get Epona fast enough, because to get Epona, you have to get the powder keg. To get the powder keg, you have to have fire arrows. To get fire arrows, you have to get into Snowhead, which you can do without having gone to Southern Swamp first, but going through Snowhead, you actually need arrows at one point, and that kind of put the damper on it, and then I just wasn't able to get arrows and then get the snowhead fast enough to do it all. It probably possible with glitches, but then at that point it's like I might as well just do a speed run, and that's not my forte, so not doing that one. If I was going to redo a Let's Play, and I know I said I wasn't gonna announce things, but this is the 10-year video, damn it. If there is going to be a redone Let's Play, it will be the Oracle series, because I love the Oracle games. They are probably my favorite, most underrated Zelda games. Like, I'd rank Oracle of Ages at maybe my 3rd favorite Zelda. Like, it's high up there. And it's a Let's Play I feel like I could do better nowadays. There's a lot of stuff I didn't show off in the first Let's Play. Like, I messed up my saves, and I never showed off the secrets between the games. I never showed off Seasons, Cave of Heroes, the linked version. There's a lot of content I feel like I could still show off and do a full Let's Play of. So if there was going to be one, it would be the Oracles. I mentioned in the previous update video and a couple times on Twitter over the last few years that I've been thinking about doing like an actual play podcast with my friends. That's not going to happen because I don't get to play the tabletop games as often as I would like to. So I would hate to muddle them with like, oh, it's time to record, guys, because asking people to record things kind of makes me a little uncomfortable for some reason. I don't know. I'm an anxious person. So, I want to value my time pretending to be a dog with a very big sword, or a very sad blacksmith, or the great mouse detective who turns into an eldritch abomination, because those are just the kinds of characters I play. So there's that. I don't know how many people were looking forward to that, but that's probably not going to happen. I've mentioned on and off over the last few years, game dev. I need to start working on my game. I need to start working on it. Nothing. I've done very little. Oh man, I'm gonna start working on that stupid game at some point soon. So that's it. That's all I got. Thank you for the 10 years of support. I really appreciate it. Making videos is a weird, creative outlet. That's the word. I was looking for the word outlet. I was like, outburst? That's not correct. It's a creative outlet for me, and I appreciate it. And it's probably what stopped me from just making my stupid game. How dare you, you damn videos? It's a fun creative outlet. And I'm glad that I can entertain some of you guys some of the time with some of my bad content that you guys like the bad content. Every once in a while, you just need like some like crappy food inside of you, and I'm here to supply the crappy food on the internet for you guys. So thanks a lot. This video is a little bit longer than I wanted it to be, which is saying a lot because there's a much longer video attached to this one as well, like I mentioned. But that's it. Thanks a lot. I'll see you in another 10 years. I'm going to sleep for see you guys soon.